guys, so just going to do a little tutorial here on our 2006 Pontiac Solstice. We drove this up on Christmas Day to see my daughter, and as we were going up there, I don't think we even got halfway there. It was about 3.5-hour drive. All of a sudden, as we were braking, slowing down for like stop signs, stop lights, the transmission was shifting really hard, downshifting really hard. And then taking off, it was upshifting really hard. Like jerk you. It was really hard. So we kind of was, limping it up there, did our visit, was headed home. It was fine for a little bit. And then probably about halfway home, the check engine light came on and it started downshifting really hard again. I know you guys are probably thinking that has nothing to do with your transmission. Well, hold on. So one of the first things we do when we have a car problem is we will go through Google and look at forums that are specifically for, the vehicles that we have. And so I was in a Solstice forum just looking to see what could be causing the transmission to downshift hard and the engine light to come on. And several people said the camshaft actuator solenoid. And I'm like, that makes no sense. Jessie kind of thought that made no sense at first. And as I was reading on, I guess kind of what happens is when that starts messing up, it confuses the ECM. And as the engine's not, I guess, running kind of properly like it should, it's trying to adjust the shifting to match, and it can't. And then it just like, okay, I give up. And it throws that light on. Well, we knew what codes were throwing that, so Jessie took it over to the auto parts store, and they, hooked us up to a little diagnostic thingy to see what code was being thrown. And sure enough, P0011 was the code that was being thrown, which is associated with this camshaft actuator solenoid, which is also the variable valve timing solenoid, I guess. So, because it's called like several different things. It's not the camshaft sensor. It's not the crankshaft sensor. Those are very different things. So, this is a pretty easy thing, and believe it or not, I can work on cars. I've done it most all my life, used to help Dad. And every once in a while I'll help Jessie. I'm just kind of lazy and don't care to do it, but I would much rather buy a $50 part, put it in myself, than to take it to a mechanic and get charged $500, $600, $700 plus probably dollars to have it done. Okay, this is not a turbo. This is just your regular 2.4. And this little cover here, yeah, you probably need to lower that down. This little cover right here just pops off. Now, you don't want to pop it too hard because you don't really want to break anything because obviously it's plastic. So that just pops off. We just set that to the side. I just smacked my head. And this is where your actuator solenoids are. You have an intake and you have an exhaust. And they're actually labeled right here, intake, exhaust. Well, the one that typically throws the code is the intake one. So we have to get this out of here. It's this one. There's a little plastic clip, of course, which everyone hates, and a 10mm bolt that holds this in. So we are going to attempt to get this little plastic clip out of here. You want to be careful because you don't want to break your little clip. Come on. Oh. Boy, she's a tough one. Yeah, she's coming up a little bit. Come on. There we go. Coming out slowly but surely. I love them little plastic clips. There it is. That's the little plastic clip that holds that in. And then this one just pops off, right? Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Careful.
Don't sound like it wants to pop off. Oh. This one didn't have a...
Does it have a push in? There you go.
There we go. Yes, it does. Right here, you have, after you pull that little safety clip out, you need to push that in. So don't just rip it out. Sometimes you have to finesse them. And then our 10mm bolt is right beside this. And something that everyone said that we watched that replaced this, do not tighten it down like it's gonna blow away or something. It's not gonna go anywhere. It just needs to be, you know, like hand tight, I guess. Don't torque it. This one actually wasn't bad. I saw a couple of them where they were really struggling. And if you have big hands, you might struggle getting that out of there. See, it's in there. Right between... Oh! Whew. My hands aren't that big, but... Gotta get loose now. Right. Get out of there, and now it fell down. There we go. There's the little bolt. Okay, now this thing seats down in pretty good from what I understand. Ooh, yeah, that's in there good. Wow. I don't really want to grab that plastic part. Come on. Well, there we go. Whew. There you go. That's the bad one.
Dripping oil.
Oh, I'm dripping oil. We can clean that up. Now let's get our new one. Don't drop anything down in the hole. That was something else they said. That's why I took the bolt completely away. I didn't want to just leave it sitting there. I didn't want to bump it and then it goes down in there. That would be disastrous. Oh, I should have had some scissors. There's the new one. Oh, look, we got a new bolt with it.
Yeah, it's only 8mm, so let's take that out and put the 10 back in.
We'll just use our
that way we don't
correct
have
one.
Yeah, that way we don't have mismatching bolt sizes everywhere.
I forgot they said that. Rubber thing. Do I need to take that off before? It probably won't screw in if it's on there.
Right, you'll have to move it up to the top to the bolt, I would imagine.
This one didn't have one. You think?
Oh, well, that's just sliding up with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so you just kind of slide that back in there. Pop it in. You probably heard that, I would assume.
O-ring.
Yep. Going. Whew. That should be plenty tight enough, I think. Alright, so the new one is in. We're gonna clip our little doodad back on there. And put their little, whoops, safety clip back on here. If I can get it in the right spot. That's it. So that's all there is to it. About a 10-minute job. That's not too bad. And I mean, I didn't really have any issues getting anything out of there, so it's not like it was, you know, I needed man strength or anything. So every once in a while, depends on the project, but that one was super simple. So hopefully this fixes our issue. We'll find out after we drive it for a while, see what happens. If nothing else, it'll at least should get rid of that engine code, because obviously there was an issue with that. And that is a very common issue part that needs to be replaced on Pontiac Solstices and Saturn Skies too, because they're basically the same car for the most part. So hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.